Good morning and welcome back. Today we have Dr. Paul Dale joining us from Atrium. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited. We're talking about Skin Cancer Awareness Month and melanoma. Yes. Why is it so important that we talk about this early on?
I think early on is a great time. Let's talk about it and bring awareness to the sun and what it can do to our skin and sunburns and things like that. Okay,
and so I have to ask, what research are you doing? How are you trying to make more awareness? What are you guys working on?
Well, awareness is important for adults and children. If you have 3 or more blistering sunburns throughout your life, then you become increased risk for developing a melanoma or other skin cancers. So being aware and applying that sunscreen early, applying it before you get out in the sun. Most people go and they get on that beach and they're there for 30 minutes before they even start putting on their sunscreen. So apply it early, apply it before you get out in the sun. Be very conscious of the hottest times of the day. Wear a hat. Wear sunglasses. People don't realize you can actually get melanoma of the eye. So melanoma can even occur where the sun doesn't shine. But we're talking about where the sun can shine. So put that suntan lotion on when you're in the pool and you get out, or when you're sweating and you're playing tennis or pickleball.
Right.
Put that suntan lotion on quite frequently, and see your dermatologist if you have one. I think that's very important, or your primary care. And if you have a mole and that mole starts to change and you're worried about it, see that dermatologist or your primary care physician, because having a patient become worried about a mole is one of the highest risk factors of that mole becoming a cancer or being a cancer. So a mole changing color, changing size, changing shape, starting to bleed, starting to itch is things that you become aware of that increase the risk of it turning into a skin cancer.
Wow, so really get on this if you have anything you're noticing. I want to talk about this now. When do we seek treatment? You know, I hear you when you say if you have 3 serious burns, yeah. But what other indicators do we need to think of when seeking this possible treatment?
So any of those changes that might occur. So then the question is, well, what happens if I have a melanoma?
Right.
And then what do we do about it? Well, it certainly depends on how deep the melanoma is. And now we have some new tests that help us determine what we need to do. So classically, wide local excision and remove the melanoma with a good margin of skin. And then the question is, do we need to have the lymph nodes removed, and does it spread? And the cool thing is that at Atrium we're actually doing some testing on a new test called the Castle test. Mm-hmm. And that is helping us decide whether or not we have to take lymph nodes out. And that helps to determine whether or not you need a sentinel node biopsy. And the sentinel node is the first draining node that catches the cancer if it started to spread. So these tests are allowing us to help determine whether or not the cancer has spread. And if it has spread, do you need some of the new immunomodulators or immunotherapies that help us fight the cancer? So we don't treat it necessarily with chemotherapy. We treat it with drugs that boost our immune system, so our immune system can fight the cancer. And then we've got other special tests that allow us to follow patients, and we're looking at the circulating tumor DNA inside of our bodies that shouldn't be there unless the tumor is metastasized. And that's called the Signatera test. And so we're utilizing that in certain specialized studies at the medical center as well. So these ongoing research tests is allowing us to deliver the best and the most up-to-date clinical care for our patients with melanoma.
That is incredible work you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Now I have to ask, if someone is watching this and maybe they're a little nervous and they're noticing a mole on them looks a little different or something's just a little off, what do you want to tell them? Why should they reach out to their primary care doctor?
Absolutely. They need to just go and say, hey doc, this is changing. And what happens then? Well, their doctor's going to take a look at it, and a lot of times they say, oh, that's okay, there's nothing to worry about. Or they'll simply numb it up and do a little punch biopsy and do a biopsy, and it's done right there in their office. And then they can tell them nothing to worry about, or guess what? You need to go see Dr. Dale.
Okay. Well, if you'd like to find out more information about this, please go to our website, 41nbc.com. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
The best stories come from you. If you see breaking news or have a news tip, call the 41 NBC Newsroom at 1-833-587-NEWS.
We at Joint Regeneration Health and Wellness have been in Middle Georgia for 3 years and helped over 3,000 patients rid themselves of debilitating pain. We now have a state-of-the-art procedure where we can address all types of pain to include back, shoulders, hips, sciatica, neuropathy, and much more. We can help heal athletic injuries like tendonitis as well. If you have a pain, give us a call to schedule a no-charge consultation. And most of our procedures are covered by major insurances. We look forward to helping you.
I'm attorney Darrell Von Yoakley. No one plans to be involved in an auto accident. However, these accidents happen every day. If you've had the misfortune to be involved in an auto accident, you should call my office today. My firm has offices in Macon and Atlanta. We are fully staffed and are prepared to provide you the representation that you deserve. We are large enough to handle any personal injury claim and small enough to give you the personal attention you deserve. As always, we are in the community to serve the community.
From the stories you should know.
They just ripped the ATM out of the wall.
Up in a Black Hawk helicopter.
To the stories you need to know.
Mattresses can turn into flying missiles.
From the stories that change the way you think.
Were you trying to rape me off? I think he's down there.
To the stories that affect the way you feel.
It's one big party.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
Inside Edition, weekdays at 4:30 on 41 NBC.
You love your business and want to see it grow. You've tried connecting to new customers on your own through social media campaigns, broadcast ads, and web searches, but they didn't reach the right people or just fizzled out. And doing this keeps you from doing what you love, running your business. Chart Local connects the dots for you across all platforms, leading to new customers and a growing business. And since we're taking care of you, it gives you more time to get back to doing what you love. This is the place to grow your business. Call us today.
Peacock is streaming your NBC local station now. Get your local news and weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Plus, your favorite NBC shows from Today to The Tonight Show. Live.
Good morning. We're following breaking news.
It's kind of huge news.
And so much more.
What do you think?
Fabulous.
All in one place. Streaming now on Peacock.
Good morning, Middle Georgia. Welcome to 41 NBC Sports. Well, last night was a special night for Bibb County student athletes because it was time for the 3rd annual Bibb Awards. This year, the event celebrating Bibb County excellence was held at Northeast High School's auditorium, packed to the wall with a few dozen categories on the docket in the 90-minute spectacle last night. First up, Northeast quarterback Reginald Bam Glover won the Offensive Football Player of the Year, while Southwest Ronaldo Callaway picked up Defensive Player of the Year. In basketball, Callaway's teammate Chase Dupree, the guard from Southwest, picked up Boys Basketball Player of the Year. He adds to his collection after receiving Football Offensive Player of the Year last season. On the girls' side of the hardwood, Francis Anyakudo from Central picked up the award for the ladies. In the Athlete of the Year for the ladies, Westside's Kalia Lucas brought home the trophy, while Northeast Nick Woodford took home Athlete of the Year for the boys. Now for the coaches' honors, Female Coach of the Year went to Westside's AD, boys cross country and girls basketball head coach Dr. Candace Roberson, who wasn't in attendance last night. And on the men's side, Northeast head football coach Jeremy Wiggins Sr. picked up another trophy to add to his mantle for leading his Raiders football team as men's coach of the year. Finally, Southwest AD Joe Dupree Jr. joined his son in the award celebration by picking up Athletic Director of the Year. Plenty of awards from the night. You can see the full list of winners on our website, 41NBC.com. And on Sunday, Houston County Junior safety Jordan Smith made his commitment to take his talent to the next level in Athens for the Georgia Bulldogs. Multiple sources confirmed the news Sunday, and his Instagram Live on Sunday showed him wearing the red and black UGA hat right there. The highly recruited four-star safety served as a valuable kick returner for Houston County as well, and now joins other Warner Robins natives Isaiah Gibson and Rashawn Dinkins at UGA. The rising senior currently has 173 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 7 passes defended, a forced fumble, and 5 interceptions in the past 2 seasons. The 6'2", 185-pounder also had nearly 100 yards as a kick returner just last season. And in collegiate football news from Monday, former Mercer Bears standout undrafted cornerback TJ Moore has officially signed with the New York Giants after an excellent rookie minicamp in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The 6', 187-pound Moore was just the second unanimous All-American selection in the 51-season history of the Mercer football program and was the runner-up for the Buck Buchanan Award given to the National Defensive Player of the Year in Division I FCS college football. Moore started all 14 games for the Bears last season and recorded 64 tackles, 7 interceptions, and 13 pass breakups while setting the program's single-game interception record with 3 against Princeton. And in the NBA, teams find out which pick they will be receiving come June as the NBA draft lottery got underway last night. Well, the Dallas Mavericks traded away Luka Doncic this past season, and now they got the first overall pick in the NBA draft last night. Looks like they are picking projected first overall pick Duke phenom Cooper Flagg. For your Atlanta Hawks, they were lucky enough to get 2 picks last night. The Hawks earned enough white balls to decide who they will pick at number 13 in the first round. And because of their failure to make the playoffs, Atlanta will be picking at number 22 as well. Find out who the Hawks pick in the NBA draft on June 25th. Now on to some Braves baseball. Atlanta hosting the Nats in game 1 of this 4-game series. Top 4th we go. Braves up 2-1 when this shot to deep center snatched out of the air by Harris at the warning track. What a backwards catch from the center fielder. Very Hank Aaron-esque to come up with out number 3 and in the frame. We head to the bottom 9th now. It's tied at 3 apiece with a runner in scoring position as Verdugo chops this 3-2 pitch right up the gap on a ground ball to walk it off for the Braves. 4-3 your final. Eli White crossing home plate. Game 2 back here tonight at 7:15. And that'll do it for sports. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, Middle Georgia. Take care.
People don't realize how much stress is on you when you have a big accident. I had 5 surgeries after that. When Ken took over my battle, I have more time and less stress to focus on my healing. 1 call, that's all.
Hello, welcome to RV Primary Care. My name is Dr. Valadri. We provide care for patients in Macon and Warner Robins areas. We take most of the insurances, and those who don't have insurances, no worries. We have DPC program. We care for patients from pediatrics to geriatrics. We take care of the entire family. There is no wait time. Appointments are available always. We have 2 physicians. One is family medicine and other one is internal medicine with over 15 years of experience. We care for your family. Please visit us.
Join Thomas the Tank Engine at Day Out with Thomas, the party tour, coming to a station near you. Celebrate on board a real train ride with Thomas. Explore tons of party fun at the celebration station and meet Sir Topham Hatt. There's so much to do for the whole family. Mix it up with lawn games and activities. Catch live entertainment throughout the day and check out the exclusive gift shop. Parents, get tickets at dayoutwiththomas.com to see Thomas on the party tour. Book your train ride adventure today.
There's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king.
Oh, did you hear? Jackie and Tom
are getting a divorce? Mm-hmm. Sad.
Well, I heard that Ashley
had work done on her face? Yeah, oof.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
Bathroom? Okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Oh, okay.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
My living room TV was on the floor, smashed.
Roommates in a television drama.
He's not a crazy person. There would be no reason for him to do this to his TV.
Or did he play a starring role?
We got into a verbal altercation, which turned physical, and I was shoved into his television.
What happened to it?
It got smashed. Everything that he's saying is not true.
How am I supposed to know that?
Next, Judge Judy.
Tonight at 7 on 41 NBC.
When severe weather strikes,
you need to be in your safe place right now.
Count on 41 NBC.
To shelter over 200 people.
And the 41 NBC AccuWeather team to have the very latest live storm updates to keep your family safe. Plus, the power of the 41 Skyview high-definition weather camera network, giving you up-close, crystal-clear views all over Middle Georgia as storms approach. That's what we mean when we say 41 NBC is clear, accurate, to the point.
41 NBC, clear, accurate, to the point. Now, your no-wait 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast.
Thank you for staying with us. We're looking live at our 41 Skyview camera over Dublin, and you can see the cumulus clouds are just stacked. But the thing about it is we have plenty of sunshine out there, and it is a few gusts out there. We're feeling like 75 degrees, although it's 74, and the humidity is 80%, dew point at 67, and the winds are south at 6 miles per hour. So it's feeling pretty good out there for right now, but that dew point is up there, so you are going to feel the moisture in the air. I will have your full forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast as 41 today continues.
This is 41 Today on 41 NBC.
Good morning and welcome to the second half hour of 41 Today. I'm Fiona King. Monica Diaz-Meek has the day off. Up to $50 million will soon go towards repaving roads, and Macon-Bibb commissioners are hoping it will be enough. At a news conference on Monday, former City Council member Thurin Ussery told reporters that Macon has been struggling to fund repavement projects since the 70s. So what's different now, he's asking. Mayor Lester Miller and Commissioner says it's the SPLOST, which is short for Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. Though Commissioner Raymond Wilder voiced doubt that the $50 million is enough to get the job done, Commissioner Bill Hallows hopes that relying less on state grants, which often require that crews use more material, will help.
We have a lot of potholes, like I say, and a lot of bad places in it for the road and the, conditions, and the people out in the area. They really drive too fast on it.
People got to realize that roads, we get about 3 to 4 miles out of the LMIG money, which is money that comes from the state to repair roads or repave roads. This way, hopefully, we can stretch it to maybe 5 or 6 miles, because a neighborhood road doesn't need the same paving that a major thoroughfare does.
The county says it's doing work on 25 years of roads in just 4 years. Macon-Bibb also announcing that they're looking for local vendors to put in bids as work becomes available. And news from across Middle Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp says the state's $37.7 billion fiscal year 2026 budget will increase funding for education, prisons, Medicaid, and more. In a press call Monday, Governor Kemp said that the state's amended budget for fiscal year 25 includes $25 million going towards enhancements for the Mercer University School of Medicine, which will be moving to downtown Macon. As for fiscal year 26, he says Central State Hospital in Middlesville is getting $1.9 million for a new 17-bed unit. Georgia's Human Trafficking Prosecution Unit also received funds that will allow the agency to open offices in Macon and also in Augusta. The governor also says Georgians can expect the one-time special tax refund of up to $500 for families that feel together in the coming weeks.
For families that paid taxes last year, they'll get a dollar for dollar rebate up to $500, depending on how much tax that they paid. Department of Revenue has that in the works. We've done this before, so it probably will be a lot smoother process than it was, 2.5, 3 years ago. So really those checks should be starting to hit here pretty soon.
He says the state provided nearly $1 million of one-time grants to the public, rural, and critical access hospitals across Middle Georgia that were impacted by Hurricane Helene. Now, the trial for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs continues today in New York. Day one of the federal criminal trial saw prosecutors lay out their arguments in the high-profile case. Lee Walden has the latest.
Before she's even taken the stand, singer Cassie Ventura was front and center in the prosecution's case against her former boyfriend, Sean Diddy Combs. Ventura and another woman, only identified as Jane, are at the center of the prosecution's argument. In opening statements, prosecutors described Combs allegedly forcing Ventura to perform in so-called drug-fueled freak-offs, saying half the week Cassie was in a dark hotel room, high and awake for days, performing sex acts she did not want to do on male escorts, with Combs recording those interactions for blackmail. Prosecutors allege Combs called himself the king and expected to be treated like one. Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts, including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Shown in court Monday, a 2016 surveillance video showing Combs attacking Ventura inside a hotel. Prosecutors pointing to that video claiming if Cassie didn't do what the defendant wanted, the consequences were severe. Combs' defense countering, calling the video overwhelming evidence of domestic violence. He's charged with running a criminal enterprise. Domestic violence is not sex trafficking. Further contradicting claims of coercion by claiming Ventura stayed with Combs for 11 years and left on her own terms. Ventura's attorney says she'll be ready to testify.
Very ready and confident.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
We have more sun than we have clouds outside. It's really feeling pretty good out there. Temperatures in the mid-70s. We'll have more after the break.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Get more in May at Hutchinson Kia in Macon. More selection.
Over 250 to choose from.
More savings.
That's right. This inventory has not been affected by the tariff.
And more finance options.
Rates as low as 1.9.
1.9% APR financing for up to 60 months on a new Kia Sportage. We have the selection that you're looking for. We have the savings that you want. We have the finance opportunities. We have it all. Get more in May at Hutchinson Kia in Macon, where we say yes.
690 Priority 1 Gray Highway and Sand Creek Trail, Gray Highway and Sand Creek Trail.
Atrium Health Navicent EMS. We serve to make a difference in Central Georgia. If you're a pre-hospital care professional, we invite you to apply to join our team of caring, compassionate, and highly skilled medics. We invite you to become one of an elite few.
If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident that's not your fault, call us now. I'm Nancy Harding, and I'm here with TV commentator Max Bretos. We have legal professionals available to speak with you right now to answer any questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. I hear the phones ringing all day. Can you tell us what kind of calls you're seeing at the accident hotline?
Thanks, Nancy. We field calls all day from folks injured from all kinds of accidents that aren't their fault, so we can get them the compensation they deserve. We get folks calling in with all case types, the most common being car accidents. You can give us a call right now to speak with a live agent to answer any questions you may have. We will discuss your case with you and see how much your case is potentially worth.
Get the compensation you deserve. Call today for your free consultation or visit accidenthotline.com.
Next, Dr. Phil.
The shocking story of the doctor, his wife, and his pregnant mistress.
She told me she was going to have a girl.
That's supposed to be my girl. That sperm is supposed to be mine.
If you want that other woman, you finish this relationship first.
Now the other woman wants her side told.
What the mistress has to say.
What?
Next, Dr. Phil.
There are a whole lot of women thinking you need to kick his ass to the curb.
Today at 2 on 41 NBC.
I'm Deborah Norville, and a big hello to my home state of Georgia and to everybody in Middle Georgia. Join me for Inside Edition weekdays at 4:30 on 41 NBC.
Karen Williams, 41 NBC AccuWeather. Clear, accurate, to the point. Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Here's a live look at our 41 Skyview camera over Macon, and this view is from the 41 NBC studio rooftop here, and you can see it's clouding back up again. The sun has gone away for a few minutes, and it's 75 degrees. It feels like 77. Humidity 66%, dew point at 63, and the winds are south at 5 miles per hour. Now, around the region, those temperatures are in the upper 60s to low to mid 70s. We're looking at Memphis at 69, Birmingham, you're at 71, Macon's at 75, Valdosta is at 81, and Tallahassee is at 80. So you have a really wide spread of temperatures throughout the region. Now, looking at those almanac numbers from yesterday, we reached a high of 67. The low was 61. We weren't anywhere near our normal temperatures, and we were a little bit over in terms of the low temperatures normals. Now, looking at the record numbers, back in 2000 it was 97 degrees. Back in 1960 it was 42. There's your sunrise and sunset times. Now, for your day planner at noon, we're looking at 74 degrees, partly cloudy conditions. 3 p.m. we may see a shower, 78, and 6 p.m. thunderstorms, 79 degrees. For today, we have a chance of afternoon showers and storms with partly sunny conditions, 79 degrees, wind southwest at 4 miles per hour. High temperatures will range in the upper 70s to low 80s, with Milledgeville at 81, Sparta at 79, Cochran at 81, and Abbeville at 82. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has us rated as a level 1 out of 5, and that's just simply stating that there's a possibility in that severe category of a thunderstorm. We may be looking at some damaging wind gusts or some small hail, so just keep that in mind. And looking at our future wind gusts going anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour, and then by Wednesday morning we still will kind of die down in the morning. Then by the afternoon, pick back up almost near 20 mile per hour gusts is very well possible. The muggy cast is going to be unbearable over the next few days once we get past Friday. And I'll have your 7-day forecast in about 10 seconds.
Every new Volume Chevrolet comes with our exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and oil changes for life. Volume Chevrolet.
Here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast, sponsored by Volume Chevrolet. We're looking at afternoon showers. We will get up to about 79 degrees. For Wednesday, we have a 10% chance of a shower in the afternoon, but notice the temperatures will start to climb beginning on Wednesday and even warmer on Thursday. We will hit the 90s by Friday, and we have a chance for showers to come back in just in time for the weekend.
Denise Turner, 41 NBC News. Clear, accurate, to the point.
I'm Forrest Johnson with Forrest B. Johnson & Associates, and let me tell you a secret. One of the things that you want to do when you hire a lawyer is you want to find out whether or not he's handled the type of case that you've been involved in. If it's a truck wreck or a car wreck, find out whether or not he's handled cases like that before. Find out whether or not he's going to be involved in handling your case. Remember, call us. The first call and the only call you should make.
Call Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. 478-257-6266. In Macon.
Car wreck, get a check.
Call now.
Looking for the ultimate beauty supply experience in Macon? Step into Hair Depot, where style meets selection. From stunning wigs, braiding hair and extensions to makeup, scrubs, women's fashion, barber tools, and more, Hair Depot has it all. We're the only retail store in Macon carrying authentic, raw Cambodian hair. Premium quality you won't find anywhere else. With a spacious layout and a vibe that's always on point, Hair Depot makes it easy to find exactly what you need.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Hi, everyone. If you were injured in an accident, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by right now. You can find out how much money you can potentially get for your accident. I'm Tori Schulman, along with my co-host and spokesman, Al Jackson. So, Al, tell the viewers at home who should be calling right now.
Well, Tori, it's just like you said. Anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You can find out if you have a case and how much money you can potentially get.
Thanks, Al. So is that what people want to know, if they have a case, if how much money they're going to get?
That's what I would want to know. Do I have a case? How much money can I get? The accident that happened can't change, but how much money you receive can. So I encourage everyone watching at home, give us a call right now and find out how much you can potentially get.
Thanks, Al. You guys heard it here first. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity and call now.
We've been more than pleased with Bradley Tree Works. Their response time is excellent, their work is professional, and we would call them back anytime that we need tree work.
We would like to say thank you for voting us as one of the best tree service in Middle Georgia. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lee and Haley Show.
No! What are you doing?
What?
Thanks for calling Buckingham Palace.
At any point, just kick the ball at Lee.
This is actually what the customers pay to see. What would that say for a man's private? Yeah, busted!
Why are you happy?
Oh.
You've been naked on the beach? Here we go.
So my shimmying days.
The Lee and Haley Show, weekdays at noon on 41 NBC.
This is 41 Today on 41 NBC.
President Trump begins his first official foreign trip in his second term in Saudi Arabia today. It's the first of 3 stops in the Middle East where the president is expected to focus on trade, energy, and finding an end to foreign wars. And this comes after the last American hostage is released by Hamas. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
President Trump arriving in Saudi Arabia this morning, kicking off a 4-day trip set to focus on business deals with wealthy Gulf states. The president hoping to add to the $600 billion in U.S. investments Saudi Arabia's crown prince pledged at the start of this Trump term, as critics point to the Trump family's regional investments, including a Trump-branded golf course to be built in Qatar by a Saudi Arabian firm.
They're padding their pocket with deals with foreign countries.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle also objecting to an offer from Qatar, where President Trump is headed next, to hand over a luxury jumbo jet for the president to use as Air Force One and transfer to the Trump Library Foundation when he leaves office.
I think that was a very nice gesture. Now, I could be a stupid person to say, oh, no, we don't want a free plane.
And it's not like a ride on the plane. We're talking about the entire $400 million plane. I think it's not worth the appearance of impropriety.
And just because they are doing the corruption in plain sight does not make it any less damning or sad or gross.
The White House says legal details are being worked out amid constitutional concerns, as aviation experts tell NBC News the plane would need expensive upgrades and a dismantling to check for listening devices. The Middle East trip comes amid emotional celebrations over the return of the last known living American hostage after 584 days in Hamas captivity. 21-year-old Adon Alexander, a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen, freed in a deal between the Trump administration and Hamas that largely bypassed Israeli leadership. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
A new lawsuit is trying to prevent two of the last Asian elephants at the Los Angeles Zoo from being moved to Oklahoma. And the suit has the backing of some pretty high-profile celebrities. Morgan Chesky has this story.
These gentle giants are now at the center of a bitter legal battle. Billy and Tina, the last two Asian elephants at the Los Angeles Zoo, were set to pack their trunks and head off to a new location. But that move is now sparking some serious pushback.
Not another zoo! Not another zoo!
Following protests and criticism online.
They really need to go to an elephant sanctuary instead of another zoo.
A new lawsuit is asking an LA court for a temporary restraining order to stop zoo officials from moving the beloved pair of pachyderms to the Tulsa Zoo, alleging they will suffer in an inhumane environment. The fate of LA's elephants, who have been at the zoo since 1989 and 2010, drawing some serious star power too. The one and only Cher, advocating for the animals to go to a sanctuary. Writing to the court in part, Billy and Tina have served their time in confinement. They deserve the chance to live out their lives in peace and dignity. The LA Zoo defending the planned transfer, sharing not only will both animals have more space, but saying it will give them the opportunity to live among other elephants.
They're really beloved animals, and the residents of Los Angeles have a lot of, pride and concern for their well-being.
Melissa Lerner represents the animal lover who filed the suit.
I think that this is really not a zoo against zoo comparison. This is about the well-settled science that no zoo, however large the enclosure is, can really offer a humane environment for elephants to live in.
The Tulsa Zoo has expanded its elephant habitat, which is already home to 5 elephants and includes a 10-plus acre wooded area. The LA Zoo says the move to Tulsa will allow Billy and Tina to continue receiving exceptional care, with opportunities to integrate with a larger herd.
All right, still to come on 41 Today, we'll have your entertainment news with David Daniel and the Hollywood Minutes coming up next.
In this season of Medicare confusion, you'll need help to explain the changes.
We go the extra mile, especially with money back on your check.
Whether in the community or in your home, we're still your voice. Call or schedule online. Make the right choice. Medicare plans are changing this year, and we're prepared to help.
We understand it's not about a sale.
It's all about you. We offer that personal one-on-one no-cost service virtually or wherever you are. Call now, go to brookmedicare.com. Make the right choice.
Injured in an accident? It's true what they say. All law firms are not the same. Hiring the right one can make a huge difference in the outcome of your case and how much money you receive. At Monlick Injury Attorneys, we have a 40-year track record of winning cases big and small. Our team of experienced accident attorneys will fight hard for your rights so you can focus on, well, you. If you want more money, Monlick Injury Attorneys is the right choice for you.
From the stories you should know.
They just ripped the ATM out of the wall.
Up in a Black Hawk helicopter.
To the stories you need to know.
Mattresses can turn into flying missiles.
From the stories that change the way you think.
Were you trying to rape me off? I think he's down there.
To the stories that affect the way you feel.
It's one big party.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
Inside Edition, weekdays at 4:30 on 41 NBC.
Attention health, wellness, and fitness-focused business owners. Visit 41NBC.com/expo or scan the QR code now to reserve your booth space in the 41 NBC Health and Senior Expo on Saturday, June 7th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Houston County Galleria on Watson Boulevard. Reach new customers, educate your community. Space is limited, so reserve online now. Visit 41NBC.com/expo.
Are you ready for a fun and challenging career change? 41 NBC is seeking hardworking, outgoing, creative thinkers for a variety of positions. Be a part of breaking news or helping local business owners get the word out about their products. Help us support local partners and keep our community safe and entertained. For current job listings and qualifications, visit 41NBC.com/jobs.
You love your business and want to see it grow. You've tried connecting to new customers on your own through social media campaigns, broadcast ads, and web searches, but they didn't reach the right people or just fizzled out. And doing this keeps you from doing what you love, running your business. Chart Local connects the dots for you across all platforms, leading to new customers and a growing business. And since we're taking care of you, it gives you more time to get back to doing what you love. This is the place to grow your business. Call us today.
Welcome back. Movie news now, plus a treat for fans of a train engine named Thomas. Here's David Daniel of today's Hollywood Minute.
When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy. A lone wolf.
Brad Pitt is a reluctant teammate in the latest trailer for F1. Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, and Javier Bardem also star in the racing drama. The Green Flag drops in theaters June 27th.
Did you sell your father's car to build my restaurant?
It was the only way. Okay, the renovation's paying off my crew. It's the only way.
Nonna's co-star Joe Manganiello says the film about Italian grandmothers cooking their traditional recipes reminded him of his own Sicilian Nonna's sauce.
That sauce tells that story of where they came from. Where they came from, how they made the sauce in the old world, and then that gets passed down. And then you go and you find those ingredients, the perfect ingredients. It has to be right.
One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some trucks.
Thomas and Friends fans can own a piece of TV history. Prop Store and Mattel are auctioning off more than 200 original models and props from the series, with net proceeds benefiting the UK's National Autistic Society. The auction runs through May 28th at propstore.com. All engines go in Hollywood. I'm David Daniel.